ready, Dad?
Wendy's Taco Salad is back.
Taco salad?
Eight of our 72 burning questions officially in the books and up on our investigation board. Try and crack a hope. And asked the Starters fans on Twitter, will the Cavs repeat as champs? Not make it to the finals, but repeat as champs. 66% say no. 34% though say yes.
That's a little more than I would have guessed would say yes to this question.
I agree with that. Coming up tomorrow though, part 2 into will the 70-plus games, players, all-star game, a lot of candidates. And trade asides, who is the league's best NBA cannonballer?
A lot of good cannonballers out there. It's not just about the splash skates.
So, well, we'll learn more about that tomorrow. Again, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, part 2 of 9 of our season preview, 72 burning questions. Take the start.
Ball every day.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and remember, there's always more toothpaste in it. Tube of toothpaste.
Brace the night, people.
Heat to Emmy and back at home for the third of 8 preseason games tonight, matched up against the rebuilding Brooklyn Nets. Both clubs are 1-1 here in the preseason. And we always hope you enjoy every bounce and basket right along with us. And a good Tuesday evening, and welcome in American Airlines. 2 teams, that's 2 action. And it's always great to be back at home and great to have you with us. Hello again, everybody. Alongside the coach, Tony Fiorentino. I'm Eric Reed. Jason Jackson will join us in the next segment. Now, the October objective for Eric Spoelstra starts very near the starters are Dragic, Winslow, and Whiteside. But the other 2 spots at off guard and power forward, competition will sort out both spots. Here's a look at the 4 candidates vying for minutes alongside Dragic in the backcourt. That would include Tyler Johnson, who started each of the first 2 preseason games. Josh Richardson, who's mending from Substitute, will make his play for the next day.
He's a guy that can shoot the ball from downtown. Very good on pick and rolls. He's an aggressive scorer. So we look for him to come off those pick and rolls and look to do something with Dragic in the backcourt. This will be his first start. Coach Spoelstra's looking at committee in 5, then at 4. And tonight, Coach Derek Williams will become the 3rd power forward to start here in the first 3 preseason. Coach Spoelstra calls him the Swiss Army knife. He's a guy who can do a lot of things on offense. Man, shooter.
Well, we know the Heat have 3 starters set in stone, including point guard Goran Dragic, who played his best basketball basketball in last year's playoffs. He's the pace setter and aggressive attacking competitor. Justice Winslow, 20 years old, but all grown up as an aspiring rising. And the franchise to an impressive start with a bigger role coming this season. It's the Heat and the Nets in preseason NBA basketball at the American Airlines Arena. You'll enjoy it all right here with us on Fox Sports Zone.
Too young, oh, you see, mama not worried, and papa never did. I'm just a little bitty girl, like a whole lot of kids. Doing my own thing.
Fine for her.
Network, Fox for T-Mobile, and we're just as good.
Really? Only Verizon was ranked #1 nationally in data, reliability, text and call and speed. Yeah. And you're gonna fist pump today? Get out.
Hold back, cut 20 gigs and 4.
I'm not standard. 3 weeks.
Okay.
Looking for a great company? Among auto insurance, to quote, cost auto insurance with low payments, great discounts, choice of payment due date, and immediate proof of insurance. Make the General Insurance your #1 choice for auto insurance.
Get an anonymous online quote now. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Wendy's Taco Salad is back.
Wendy's had a taco salad?
Wendy's had a taco salad. Fresh chopped lettuce and tomatoes, classic chili and tortilla chips. If you remember Wendy's taco salad, you're if you don't.
Raghouse labor aged 4 long years. At Jim Beam, our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours? Now try Jim Beam apple, poured over ice and served with club soda and a fresh lemon wedge to make a crisp, refreshing and so.
Courtful management, putting your players on the position they are. We're going to fail if we don't win a championship. There is no other outcome.
Watch Open Court, General Managers Edition, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
For those who truly follow the NBA.
Tony! Hey, big today, boy.
All paths lead to one place.
Hey, Anthony! Yo, fella!
Place NBA TV.
3D under the rim. Tony's no joke. Yes, Smitty, he can shoot the money ball, too. This is going to be a good one on NBA TV. Yes, sir.
Or save up to $8,000.
Time for your spin with Lynn Henderson and Winslow get the starting call tonight. The Fox Sports Sun spotlight shines on a light gone too soon. Fernandez repeated attempts to get to America from Cuba that defied death, or spend time asking what he meant and on his forest dominance still means to the Cuban community. You can research his repeated attempts
and final successful attempt to get to America from Cuba that defied death, or spend time asking what he meant and still means to the Cuban community here in Miami and around the nation. But just on a baseball level, the man had his own day of the week when the top of the rotation came around, home or on the road. That was Jose Day. Now that's something, people. And on September 25th, the unthinkable happened. Fernandez and 2 others were killed in a boating accident off Miami Beach. The pain is still being felt. Best shared this weekend by Marlins second baseman D. Gordon when he posted this right here on Instagram. It's another Sunday without you, homie. Don't think your brothers will forget about you. That 16 will be part of us forever. The Miami Heat shooting shirts tonight are in memory of that man and his brilliant young career. This is the first home game the Heat have this preseason. Therefore, the first time the organization has had the opportunity to properly join in the collective sorrow and needed celebration of the young Marlins ace pitchers abbreviated life, as well as trumpeting those men who flank him on your screen. The truncated, tragically lives of Emilio Macias and Eduardo Rivera. Before the game, Coach Spoelstra had thoughts on these 3 men.
Yeah, I mean, it was a devastating blow to all of us in South Florida, and our hearts go out to his family and everybody at the Marlins. But it's so tragic for a player so young. We also want to acknowledge the other 2 gentlemen that were on that boat as well, and their families. So really, this night is to honor him, show respect to the families, but also the other two gentlemen and their families.
And there you see the JDF 16 right there on the backs of your Heat players. A wonderful sign and respect to his life and a connection for our Miami Heat community still mourning. With us in the Heat's house tonight, Marlins second baseman D. Gordon. He's agreed to join us tonight to discuss how the team made it through such a horrible and tragic, real near end to the season, of course, the end of their comrade's life. Time now for basketball, though, and so let's turn things over, as my voice gives out at the best time possible, to Eric and Tony. Gentlemen, good evening. It's time to ball.
All right, thank you very much, Jax, and welcome courtside here at the American Airlines Arena. We just heard from one of our officials, the crew chief, David Guthrie. The horn is not working, so the referees are trying to sort through that. But, Coach, both teams going to work for their third preseason game. The Heat 1-1 with a win at Washington, 106-95 last Tuesday, a 9-point loss against Minnesota in Kansas City on Saturday. For the Nets, they beat Detroit Thursday in Brooklyn by 7. Jeremy Lin had 21 points in that game. They lost to the Knicks in a one-sided game a couple nights ago, 116-98. So both teams coming off losses, and both of these teams coming off poor second halves. The coach in the preseason, it's all about making progress and taking one step at a time with a regular season 2 weeks away.
Both teams have a lot of new players, Eric, so they're really in the same situation, trying to build up for that opening game at the end of the month.
David Guthrie, Eric Lewis, Ben Taylor, our NBA officiating crew. The Heat win the tip, and off we go on another Miami Heat NBA preseason adventure, but we get a very quick whistle.
It's the clock. We have 23 seconds on the shot clock, but 4 seconds off the game clock.
So Wayne Ellington starting for the first time as a member of the Heat in the backcourt alongside Dragic. And also making his first Heat start here in the preseason, Derek Williams. He opens at the 4, and he's the third different starter Eric Spoelstra's used at that position in 3 games. And there's why Wayne Ellington's a member of the Heat. The former Net has a pure stroke from downtown.
He did a flare off a screen by Williams and buried the J.
Ellington's third triple of the preseason. He's only played in this game, in the Washington game. Offensive foul against the Nets. It's on Rondé Hollis-Jefferson.
Whiteside matched up against former Heat backup center Justin Hamilton. And there's Hassan underneath, making space, and look out below.
Eric, they ran the same play again. That time they kept the ball on the ball side and went inside the Whiteside.
Coach, he's shooting over 73% in the preseason. Hassan Whiteside. He has made 17 of his first 23 shots. And the Heat been changing ends of the floor well through the early part of the preseason as Lynn knocks it away from Dragic. Trevor Booker dealing it to Hamilton. The stretch 5 missing, and Whiteside with a quick outlet. Whiteside has been starting games very impressively through the first 2 preseason matches. And the Heat going to him more often early in the preseason. Hooks and hits. He's made his first 2 shots tonight.
It's an intriguing matchup because Hamilton's got to guard Whiteside inside, and yet he's the guy that can go outside, and Whiteside's got to go out and guard him at the three-point line.
Whiteside was 3rd in the league last year, shooting 61%. He's off to a better start than that in the preseason. Booker on the miss. Another rebound for Hassan. Eric Spoelstra, Tony, been happy with the space and pace that this new look Heat team has begun the preseason with. And they're sharing the ball. Winslow's 3, short. Justin Hamilton starting tonight instead of Brook Lopez. Lopez, the Nets veteran starter at center, just getting a night off to rest. That's Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin playing with his 6th different team in his 7 NBA seasons. Had a good year coming off the bench for Charlotte last season.
Good career three-point shooter, so you can't go under the screen with him.
So Lin against Dragic. Booker defending Williams. Corin takes Lin in the paint. And Hamilton inadvertently tipped that in. Guess you're going to have to give the basket to Dragic. Actually, they're going to give it to Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside.
So Whiteside, 3 for 3. The Heat off to a 9-3 lead. Joe Harris, former Cavalier, setting up Lin. And Whiteside says, give me that rebound.
I live on rebounds. Get out of the way.
Derek Williams slashing in for the runner. That's pretty.
Part of what we talked about, Eric. Very good moving without the ball on offense, and Whiteside getting back well on defense.
Another rejection, setting up Winslow. Crossover. But no basket on the flip, and Winslow a little upset with himself. But a good start for the Heat. Tony, they set it up from a defensive perspective.
Series against Kershaw.
In each of the first 2 preseason games, the Heat have held the opponent to 39% shooting.
Whiteside showed how he can get down the floor and make that steal on that pass.
So the 8-point Heat lead early. A lot of pick and rolls with Lin. Pick and pop with Hamilton. And Justin Hamilton tripling. He played in Valencia, Spain last year, and he had 4 or 5 NBA teams beckoning for him when he came back from Spain. He was sold on the Nets after his talk with Nets general manager Sean Marks. He got a 2-year guaranteed deal. Whiteside, look out! He's 4 for 4 with 2 dunks.
If that Winslow Whiteside high pick and roll again put to use by the Heat.
I said 4 for 4. Whiteside's actually made all 5 of his shots, has 10 of the Heat's first 13 points, and a block by Derek Williams. Loose ball back out to the Nets. That's Harris. And there's Winslow. He's getting into offense quickly. Wide of Ellington into the seats. Poor pass by Dragic.
Tried to do a little too much that time.
Now turnovers hurt the Heat against Minnesota Saturday night. 19 turnovers in that game, resulting in 22 Timberwolves points. The Heat had a big lead in the 3rd quarter that evaporated. 5 points now for Hamilton.
Excellent pass from Lin as Whiteside went for the block on Lin. He threw it back to Hamilton for the easy putback.
Jeremy Lin, the 28-year-old point guard out of Harvard. Ellington misfires. Booker, the former Washington Wizard, advances. Hamilton, a good fit for the Nets' new system. He can stretch the floor with that shooting. Missing that 3. Winslow reaching back for his 2nd rebound.
Good closeout by Whiteside. That's his challenge tonight, to close out on Hamilton.